differently. Um, so was unable to log on as normal. But here I am, and here you are, whether you are here in this moment listening live or whether you are going to be listening to the recording. As you may well know, the energetics are the same, and you will be receiving the same level of transmissions and effect for your body and your system. Sorry about that. I had to. There we go. A little bit better. Happy Friday, the 28th, the day before the 29th of February, a leap year, which is very apropos in this year of societal reset, as Nick Anthony Fiorenza terms it. The first year in a decade-long, real, transformative societal change. And from all the information that I'm receiving, that is also the case from what I'm looking at. We are in a huge evolutionary leap, and you are definitely a significant part of it, and you do matter. This leap is so significant not only because it is a large leap within a very short period of time, what perhaps, and I'm not wanting to put numbers, but to give you some sort of frame of reference, what would be done in 200 years, let's say, is being accomplished or will be accomplished or shooting for accomplishing in a couple generations. And that's a lot of evolving very, very quickly, which is, of course, why we are seeing the level of what some term chaos, turmoil out in the world, because the old structuring has to absolutely be deconstructed and reformed once again in a completely new way. Otherwise, we are, with the small incremental changes, somewhat like if we in our individual lives would make small behavioral changes, all of which help, but doesn't really get to the heart of the matter, or the root of the matter is a better way to say it. And we have been studying and exploring a particular structure of the human experience for 10,000 years, and now we're for something different. That's a deep information human nature. And we are looking at something like putting, decorations on the walls to cover up the cracks that leaks are making in the what's it called, the walls themselves, oh my goodness, can't remember the name. And otherwise, we are putting on new lamps to cover up some missing wiring, or some wiring that is not safe. So that's not going to do. We are literally having to break down walls, bring the house, so to speak, back to the very bare bones of foundation. Now, the foundation of human nature is just fine. We come into this world with our human nature very much aligned with or patterned after what the ideal would be. And through our experiences in childhood, that of course gets distorted in the exact right way for the exploration that we set up as a soul, for our soul purpose. So it is a very, very exciting time to be here on this planet, because the level of evolution that is taking place, not only on this planet itself and in the human experience or species, But because there is also an evolutionary leap occurring on a galactic level as well as a universal level, we are adjusting the duality level, if you will, of this entire universe. And in that, the world that we live on, the world that we live in, the planet that we live on, is the game board or the microcosm. And you, as an individual, even more so, the microcosm, such that when you make deep transformational changes in you, not just cognitive, behavioral, but actual changes down deep in the root of your own human nature, we are evolving the species. So that's pretty significant because we have all of these energetics available to access. We are multi-existential beings, and I do not use the term multi-dimensional because the dimensions are only one section or one aspect of the entire soul experience. There are worlds, there are realms, there are kingdoms, and the fascinating and marvelous and exciting information is that it is all here on this planet. All of those are connected here in and through this planet, not only at sacred sites or particular spots on the planet, but within us. We bring all of these worlds and realms and dimensions and soul connections into this experience here and now. And when and as you delve deeply into the very root of what appears to be childhood issues, you are able to open up portals into those other existences, bringing that energetic, that ability, that knowledge into this current time and place, which allows for such creation that this evolutionary leap is possible. We can no longer continue functioning or experiencing duality with the low vibrational, very base levels or aspects of the first and second chakra issues. We cannot move into the level of technology and artificial intelligence and potential that we have technologically to change the environmental issues, to bring a level of education and access to everyone on the everyone on the planet, everyone in this world, to what's available, to have no more hunger, to have no more radical splits or differences between the haves and the have-nots. That cannot continue in an evolved place. And those base aspects of human nature are what is up for evolution. We cannot move into a level of lesser duality when everyone's existence is still threatened, where you never know if a gunman's going to shoot up the place that you happen to be in at that moment. We can no longer have children going home and being afraid for their very lives, to not be provided for, to have even their emotional, mental survival at stake. It cannot happen when there is that much power available through technology. Our moral, social, psychological, emotional level must be evolved. And that's what's at stake here. And that's why every uh, base aspect or lower level aspects are being revealed. Greed, absolute and utter selfishness, pleasure in making someone else feel small and diminishing them, um, taking joy in the discomfort and fear of another. And this is what we're seeing on a global scale. We have dictators around the world who are doing the same old, but it's not going to work this time. However, it must be seen and brought forth and made so obvious and so known that it causes and catalyzes those same aspects within us to be looked at, to be changed. We each have our own greed. We each experience our own selfishness. We each knowingly make choices that may harm another or our planet. And this is not part of an evolved species. So everything is up for grabs, everything is up for change, but particularly the base, lower level aspects of human nature. We can't be using the weaponry. I mean, we're moving into a space force. We can't take this fight out into space. It's ridiculous when we are at the very brink of coming in contact with other species in our galaxy. We're not the only thing. And the soul level leap is what we're shooting for. And that means returning each of us to our own, one could call it our own innocence, our own innocent human nature. When children come into this world, they do not have the need to take or to hurt or to want something that is outside of their natural, normal needs and wants. This is taught, this is learned. So we're in a process of unlearning in some ways and relearning how to be who we really are. And we cannot do that with the mind alone. We try as a society, we try as humans to handle everything rationally and cognitively, but that's not where it's got sent. It must be done through the emotional aspects of humans. And that's the fascinating part. If you're here as a soul, you wanted to be, because this is the Disney World of the universe. Everything is here. Every type of experience from one end of the continuum to the other. Human beings with their emotional capacity are unlike any other being. Are there other humanoids? Yes. Do they have an emotional aspect to them? Yes. But the combined pieces of humanity and your larger soul self is what allows for the potential of not only evolving, but blending all of those other worlds and realms and kingdoms in one experience. So you are an incredibly experienced, if you want to call it advanced being, a very old being, to be able to participate in this game right here and now. And in order to participate more fully, one must have more of themselves. And if you're living and handling your world from a cognitive and mental perspective, separating out the parts of you that are uncomfortable or that are messy or that your defense system will do anything to keep you from, then we're perpetuating what we've been exploring for the past 10,000 or more years. This old structure of patriarchy where dominance and control and power over others has been the name of the game. And whoever has the most toys wins. It's old. We've been there, done that. We're on to something new. So I am, as always, in deep awe and gratitude and honoring of each and every one's individual journey. And my clients, I cannot say enough about the depth that they are reaching. I'm watching them changing their DNA. I'm watching them changing the hereditary patterns that have gone on for generation after generation. I am watching them choosing a different spiritual lineage path. I am watching them change the way man interacts with this earth. I'm watching the way they are deeply changing cultural patterns and the way cultures interact and have done for millennia based on old grudges, old issues regarding land and race and religion, etc. Everything is being changed. And the work that my clients do and those that participate in workshops is very, very intensive and accelerated. And for that, I am, as I said, not only in awe, but truly grateful, because to my mind, that those trailblazers are breaking ground for others to follow. So it's an exciting time. Please celebrate tomorrow, this 29th of February, the leap year, as another indicator of all of the help we have to make this leap. I'm hoping that some of you saw the amazing alignment last night of the moon and Venus. I was working last night and they were right outside my window, both of them so close that I could almost touch them. And that's not a super rare event, but to be able to see them that clearly and that distinctly and that closely is awesome and is another indicator. The moon is a very feminine energy. It represents emotions and the connection that humans have to our emotional bodies. And when you notice and follow and feel into the moon energy, it allows you to access your own. Venus, the brightest star, the second brightest object in the sky, often called the morning star or the evening star. It's always so easy to find and so easy to see. Venus being the representation of love and beauty. And they're right here this close. We have the animals for the past, since the beginning of the year, animals more than ever are here for our learning as representation of different habits, different teachings. I encourage you to open up to whatever animals are presenting themselves to you. And simply because you don't live in an area with a lot of wildlife does not mean that they're not reaching out to touch you. You'll encounter them. Oftentimes people encounter 3 different experiences of an animal. Last week, parrot was very present for me and my clients. Came through in a movie, came through in something that popped up on Facebook, came through in someone speaking about their parrot. So they will reach out if you are open and available and learn the language of these other creatures and um, other realms and kingdoms within our planet or within our world. Nature does not speak in nice, clear English sentences. Animals do not speak in nice, clear English sentences. One has to learn the symbolic language, and that entails dropping down and inside of you and feeling that language rather than attempting to compute it through the brain. So really open yourselves up. Allow for all the help that is here. What happened in Australia affecting what is one estimate of 1 billion animals. That is felt in our system. It is felt in our bodies. It is felt in our energy fields. What is going on now with the coronavirus and the knowledge that it is connected to some animal, wonderfully so, some of the results of that are less hunting and less seeking out those animals to eat them. They don't know what animal is sourcing what animal is sourcing this coronavirus. So there is going to be a trend to not eat the most exotic animals anymore, to maybe even move away from eating animals. So there is always a teaching, or I don't want to say a teaching, there's always an evolutionary opportunity and potential to all of the horrible things that we are experiencing, seeing, noticing, observing in our world today. So it sounds strange to be excited about that which is not comfortable or that which is painful, but it truly is an opportunity. Just as within you, when things get most uncomfortable is when you are compelled to make a change or catalyzed to do something differently, to explore inside and find out the why and wherefore. So what's going on is a good thing, even as horrible as it appears to be at this moment. And again, please allow for the help. We all feel so generally alone in this process, and there are countless sources of information, guidance, physio-energetic sensations of help. And on that note, I'm going to invite all of you at this moment in time. That was a lot of information and a lot of brain, I realize. So we're going to take all of that. We're going to just set it right next to you. Not in you, but right next to you. It's not going anywhere, but it is not going to be the driver at the moment. And I'm going to ask you to really sit in your chair or your couch. Really feel that object underneath you. And I know as I was relaying a lot of that information, you may have noticed yourself sitting upward or holding yourself up or being a little bit out of the chair or couch. And that is natural. When we hear things that are not to our liking or uncomfortable or scary, we tend to do that. We move our energy fields up, trying to comprehend and figure it out, and move it out even further so that we do not feel what's going on physically and or energetically. So I'm going to invite you to simply say to yourself or out loud, I ask and I allow my body. I ask and I allow my energy field. I ask and I allow my wider self. I ask and I allow my guides and teachers and masters. I ask and I allow all parts of me. to join me here and now, assisting me in coming down and within me. For all is in here. All answers, all resources, all divinity, all humanness. It's all right here within this vessel. When we go up and out or through the third eye, you're accessing one area of you, a wider mind that connects into a wider divine mind, but you are so much more. So when you go down and inside you, your universe, your innerverse, you are tapping all that you are as an eternal being through your wider self or soul self. So those of you that are energy sensitive or have worked with me before may begin to feel the energetics coming in, and that may be experienced as just kind of a slowing down, a softening, or just something a little bit different around you, okay, or within you. Allow yourself to simply sensate what you're experiencing in this very moment. Not to think about it or observe it through your mind or your third eye, but literally, physically sensate your body. If it helps to put your hands on your body, that's great. Just gently touch or rub your hands over all parts of your body, your back, wherever you can reach. Bring attention, physical sensation. Don't forget your legs, your feet, your ankles if you can reach. And also what you're sitting on. Feel your buttocks on the chair. Our tendency is to move away from the physical so that the emotional is not exposed. And yet, it is the avenue through which we access all of us. So good. Those of you that are sensing something energetically, you don't have to track it. You don't have to keep up with it. There is nothing you need do in this moment except allow your body, your energy field, and your wider self to do what they know how to do. Naturally, automatically, unconsciously, for and on your behalf. Kind of like riding on an amusement ride or in a little boat. And I don't want you to visualize those things, but experience in your own vehicle the leading of you by your wider self and your energy field to come down and in, down and in. For this is your vehicle, your vessel, your temple. And the more you experience the safety and security of being in your own vehicle and vessel, the easier it is to navigate or move with the flow of your way in this stormy, apparent upheaval and turmoil. Remember, it is all perfect. Our individual challenges reflected in the larger global picture is your soul's journey. Very specifically designed and chosen by you, perhaps to complete an exploration of eons, perhaps to benefit your soul in another existence of you. There are many reasons why you might have chosen the exploration that you did for this lifetime. But know that it has the benefit to this evolutionary leap, as well as primarily for your soul. So again, just simply ask and allow your wider self, your energy field, and all of those here assisting us in this process to guide you and assist you in coming even more deeply down and in your innerverse, your being. You might be feeling a little heavier. You might be feeling a little sleepy, which is just fine. Please feel free to close your eyes, not going up and out from behind your eyes or your forehead or your third eye, but allowing your eyes to close, enabling you to experience more inside you rather than perhaps outside you. You need not follow the words that I'm saying, any concepts, any facts. I'm continuing to speak so that the energetics can flow through my voice, through my energy field to meet yours, allowing your energy field and your wider self to assist you in dropping ever more deeply, ever more consistently down and in, down and in. For today, some of the energetics channeling through you or to you is in a great stability. And stability not in a rigidity, stability not in having to lock into anything, but a stability in the very foundation of you. Your true human nature, which is directly reflective of your divine nature. To be more human is to be more divine. Creating a container of you which can hold and transmit the pure form of you. So again, the more you hand over the reins or the steering wheel to your own wider self's wisdom, knowledge, it will enable you to drop deeper and deeper within you, receiving the energetic imprinting or re-imprinting of stability in the very foundation of you. Again, you might feel very sleepy. Know that that is a perfect response. Or you simply might feel more of your physical inner body, organs, glands, tissues. Some people become very aware of their inner physical bodies. Either way, or if you feel nothing, That is exactly right for you. But the more you ask and allow, the more you will drop into your way, your exact right internal space for this point in time. For every day, every moment, it can be different. We're at a light pace, so we cross our energy field adjusts, readjusts, changes when as your experience you more stable and experience despite the more to further enable you here just to be there's people God's tears now those acts of are forced to you much instant right at your feet to allow very sensate truth of in your mind to be because of clarity learn very young to show up naturally is invasive experience. Tell us what experience as children. So now in the process of inner transformation of one again is inner wisdom, internal comes God me confirm village follow air utility foundation is relearn in the you need to do let's say what feel your own inner areas your own inner I'm still here. I'm going to quiet back really trans this energy of in very found cleanse is very to you, but just it is you and able found some to send the energy or not something that energy being transmitted that whole flowing out and now they also begin and what appearance that is always done the natural you need no way is you may do how it's not cool out this not be into your bed to just be the much and as the or back to the party really um, if you why it is very fishy. So simply get there is listening what actual war ability and to happen on the experience. Moving is the core is good little is are I always your time in your way and not of the this going to be up uh, also encourage you to web and by the of cancer you more ups worrying as relate to your whole extent in what in that we have point that is strategic or belief and you individually I always to guide you or evolution and processing up the healer doing maintenance the hormones on the going when always always spoke new not and encouraging into presenting and the minutes for really doing and longer also what what are the things that have been used that all comes to a to adapt your child and eyes power of the and power so it's the has are completely again, that are and as gratitude, I honor you all. You say, this again, there's not any.